Practice Director for our Accounting and Finance divisions here at Career Partners.
And I'm Natalie Snodgrass, Senior IT Recruiter.
We're here today to talk about counteroffers. If you are considering a counteroffer, chances are you're sitting in a pretty good spot right now. You have received an offer for a new opportunity and you are hearing from your current employer that they would like you to stay on board. There's a critical time right now to think about really what the next step is and what got you to this point as you looked outside your current employer. So we're going to talk about some tactics that your current employer may be executing with you. You might see one or more of these tactics unfold, and we want you to be prepared for those things. And then Natalie will share a little bit more so on kind of the backstory and kind of what got you here and things to think about moving forward in your decision-making process. So, Natalie, would you say we typically see these pretty predictable responses from employers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's usually 1 to 5 things that we're going to see play out. And that first one is probably going to be just really surprise, shocked that you are considering a new opportunity, that you caught them off guard in general. It might sound something like, Natalie, I can't believe that you are thinking about leaving us. We never saw this coming. Don't even know how to respond right now. The next thing could be sadness. We're actually really, really sad to see you go. You've really been a friend to the company, a valued employee, and it's not gonna be the same without you here. The next thing would probably be that they're gonna start to question your judgment, or have you really thought about this? Natalie, have you taken the time? Have you talked to David, and what does he think about these things? Really make sure that this is something that you're ready to do. The next thing that we'll tend to see is really a hidden promotion or something that they hadn't quite told you yet. We didn't tell you this yet, Natalie, but we know you've been pushing for a promotion, and you were the next up for the manager role. We just hadn't been able to tell you yet because all the stars had not aligned. But this is just really bad timing. And then it's typically going to be a stall tactic. And Natalie, I know you hear these all the time, but what we tend to hear is don't make any decisions now. Let's not make this final. Let's have some more conversations. I'd like you to have a conversation with the CEO, talk about the promotions, things we need to see to kind of really get you where you want to go here, because we don't want to lose you. And that's what we're talking about these steps now, because we want you to pause and think about what got you here in the first place.
Yeah, that's really important. The reminding yourself of what those motivations were to start looking for a change, be it not feeling valued and appreciated, or you need a shorter commute, whatever it may be, you know that more than anybody else, and it's going to be personal to you. So by taking a look at each of these tactics and considering what you might hear when you do go to your company, it's really going to take that emotion out of it. You're going to recognize, oh, okay, this is how they're trying to get me to stay, and allow you to think more logically without having the feeling guilty that they are going to be sad about you going. Because at the end of the day, you know what's going to be best for you. Of course you've thought this through, or you're not where you are and looking for a well-deserved new opportunity. Now, what we also see are a few different things. One, those that decide to stay, generally it's going to be kind of a band-aid. It might be a little bit of a raise in terms of compensation, and that feels really good. You've got these words of affirmation, you're finally feeling recognized, everything you've been looking for with your company, and that feels really good. And it's hard to say no to money. It's a lot easier to not uproot everything else, and at least you have more money. Now, at the end of the day, time's going to go on, and you're going to start feeling those pain points again and realizing that everything that was bothering you before hasn't really been solved. And now you have to ask yourself, where do I want to take my career, and is this going to be the place that's going to get me there? One thing that a lot of people don't consider as well is, how does the company now view you? If there's a reorganization or new leadership comes in, you're going to be the first to be considered. Well, Demetrius wanted to leave a few months ago, so one of the first to be let go. Or maybe now what we're seeing are people getting passed up for promotions within, because how really committed and dedicated, how long is Demetrius going to actually be here? Do we want to invest in his development if he's not really that invested in the company as a whole? So definitely consider these motivations. Think about what it's going to mean down the road. It's very hard to say no to finally hearing what you want, and that's completely understandable. But what is that long game, and what do you want for your career, your family, and you know that best. Don't let anyone think that you don't. So go in there confident and gracefully be able to just let them know, what's going to be best for you.
Yeah, and again, these are conversations that we're having daily with clients, with candidates, and if you find yourself at a point where you're considering a counteroffer and are not really sure how to respond, please reach out to Natalie, myself, and our subject matter expert recruiters. We can help you with these conversations and make this a smooth